In this video, we're going to look at how you can access meeting recordings that you've made in Microsoft Teams. Recent changes to how Teams is set up means that videos that are created through that recording process are now saved in a different place than they were before. It used to be that any video recording of a meeting that you made in Teams was automatically put into Microsoft Stream. That's changed so that now, depending on how you've got your meeting set up, that video recording will either save to SharePoint or to OneDrive. Fortunately, videos are still easy to access, and we will go through how you can access them today, and then also how you can put them back into Microsoft Stream to take advantage of some of the features that exist there. First, let's take a look at where you can access your meeting recordings. So depending on how your meeting was set up, your meeting recording will be in one of two different places. If you set up a meeting for a channel, that meeting recording will be in the posts that are associated with that channel. So for instance, if you had a meeting that you scheduled for a class or a team of colleagues that you work with regularly, and you have a team already set up in Teams and you scheduled it specifically for that team, if you go to that team in your Teams, you will find that the recording is sitting there. So I made a recording earlier today for my CAE Teams testing channel. And if I come in and click on that, I can see that my meeting recording is sitting right here. So it's just sitting here under the posts. It's the first thing that I see. If it's not the first thing that you see, you might need to switch over to the posts tab here. But that recording is sitting right here. And then if I actually want to be able to access that recording, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here to these three dots, which gives me some more options. And if I click on that, you can see that I've got an option to open in OneDrive. So if I click on that, that's going to pull up a browser. It's going to open up my OneDrive access. And then once that loads, we can see that I have my channel meeting here. I could play it from here if I wanted to. I do have the option to share the link, and that will let me share the link with anyone that I choose. I also have the option to copy the link if I just want to send that instead. So that's one way that I can access a recording. If I did set up a meeting for, say, people who were not in a channel with me, or if I just didn't set it up based on a channel at all, say I was meeting with just a few people who I don't meet with regularly, and I set it up either through the Teams calendar or through my Outlook calendar, then those meeting recordings are going to sit in the chat for that particular meeting. So if I come up here to my chat option instead, you can see here that I have chat for my very important meeting, which I had with a few people who are not in a group that I regularly communicate with. And right over here, we can see, you see it looks very similar to the other meeting, but I have that meeting information right here. And then once again, if I come to that More Options button, I can also open this into OneDrive. So once I have this loaded, you can see that it looks the same as the other video. I have those same options that I can share, or I can copy that link. I can play it here if I feel so inclined. Now, one thing that's important to note, looking at these videos, is that these videos, which are shared in OneDrive, as this one is, or SharePoint, as the other one is, these videos do not make use of some of the functions that Stream offers. So if you are using this for teaching your students, if this is something that you're using to record student activities that it's important for other students to be able to see, these videos do not automatically have things like transcripts and captions applied to them. so that can be a significant challenge from an accessibility standpoint, and we would very much recommend that you take any videos that have been recorded this way and put them into Stream so that students do have access to those tools, which does drastically improve accessibility. Now, this is a very straightforward thing to do. All you need to do to get your video is come up here to the download button and click on that. Depending on what browser you're using, you may be asked if you want to save the file, or the download may happen automatically. I'm using Firefox and I have it set so that it checks with me, so I'm just going to tell Firefox that I want to save that file, and then I will click on OK, and that's going to download to my downloads folder. And once I have that video downloaded, this wasn't a big one so it didn't take very long, I can go to my applications and I go to Microsoft Stream just like I normally would. So once that has a chance to load, I can add the video just like I usually would. I come to Create, go to Upload Video. I can either drag the file in or browse for it. Because I downloaded the folder, or the file, it should be in my Downloads folder. And there it is, my very important meeting. And the rest of the process working with Stream should be pretty much the same as it always is.